think I'll go this way. Okay, you got the stuff? Yeah, I got the stuff. I got the stuff. Here it is. I'm gonna drop it. You ready? Ready? Okay, pick it up off the ground. Pick it off the ground. Pick it off the ground. Pick it off the ground. I'm going here. Okay, I got the stuff. I got the stuff. Okay, burn it. Burn it. Done. Done. All right, good to see you, man. I'll be back in about. I'll be back in a minute. All right, cool. I'm talking to myself. I'm just kidding.
Warp drive active.
Drug delivery. I did not exchange it. You did not just witness a drug deal.
Docking request accepted.
Nine people, not bad, not bad.
Warp drive active. Warp drive active.
Oh, that's one of the things I need, yeah. Fuck.
Docking request accepted.
Got a bite, and that's no good. Fucking annoying. Well, I best go. Annoying. I couldn't see him through the crate. I didn't get much from those mech hits. See if I can find my way home. Kinda doubt it, but maybe. If I follow the water or take a boat, I can get home. Ah! Or a train. The horse needs to be stopped and fed. I'm going to die, and right quick, too. It sucks. Well, let's see what we can try and get from this run. I mean... Tempted to switch to the train, but I only have 8 fuel. No, the horse will see me. No, the horse won't see me through, but I can at least follow the tracks. I'm gonna. Oh my god. I'll probably never see that kid again. That's okay. 2 revolvers and nothing but loot. Sorry, I thought I heard something. I didn't lose anything of value at all. Nothing of value. Not tools, nothing. Nothing of real value. I brought nothing of value with me. I do not mind. I can go replace that set inside of 3 minutes. Well, I mean, it's like a 5-minute run. It's like 5-minute run to Bandit Camp, and I've got the revolvers back. And then, you know, and the only real thing I lost was the hazmat that I picked up. That's it. And that's why I ran cheap, and that's why I don't care. I'm distracted. I don't care. You know, I'm distracted. I have to accept the loss and accept that I'm distracted and accept that the airdrop was worthless and I didn't find a heli and that mission was over. I lost some bullets. I lost the bullets mainly, but it's okay. Those are easily replaceable. Two revolvers are. That's not even kit quality. That's like tier 1 shit quality. So, you know, loss wise, I'm okay. Caught a bite because I couldn't see the zombie through the crate. I thought I was okay. I mean, yeah, I should have just waited and killed them all. I learned about crates blocking your vision. I got to learn about that. So I had to learn about that. So look how fast that bite was. Bites are certain death now. This was a good run, but I believe I'll switch over to WoW now. This, yeah, we've been doing this for 3 hours. That's about right. I think for a good session before it gets toxic or shitty or something. Spent some scrap today, got most of a level. When I get on tomorrow, I'll have a level. It'll be sweet. I'll be happy. That's good progress for the zombie server. I mean, I could go out. I could go out right now. It's 10 in the morning. Could go out one more time, I guess. I mean, it's not really necessary, but... Oh, no, there... I just want that, and... I don't know. Yeah, no, I'll just get up to a tool. No. Well, yeah, I'll buy, I mean, I'm fine. I don't need anything, really. How about a water pipe? Or no, I'll just take, I'll take a bow, and if I need to kill anything, I will. But I'm mainly, with 3, I can make so much money. I actually don't mind running 3. I don't know if I could get 3 clients to run that well on this card. Why aren't you farming?
Active.
Damn it. Oh, because the belt's over. Damn it. Oh, well.
Warp drive active. Warp drive active.
now. It should pop right now.
Autopilot engaged. Docking request accepted. Warping to Stargate. Warp drive active. Autopilot engaged. Autopilot disabled. No waypoint set. Autopilot engaged. Warping to Stargate. Warp drive active. Approaching Stargate. Approaching Stargate. Autopilot jumping. Warping to Stargate. Warp drive active. Autopilot jump. Approaching Stargate. Warping to Stargate. Warp drive active. Autopilot jumping. Approaching Stargate. Warping to Stargate. Warp drive active.
Clumpy trees, gotta like clumpy trees. They make me so much money. I really like clumpy trees. Down they chop. Chop, chop, chop. Clumpy trees. Oh, and there's my level. Got it a day early. Okay, so looking for in the scavenging char. Gotta finish loot magnet finally. Thank God.
Autopilot jumping.
Then I think
Warping to Stargate. Warp drive.
I think it's revitalization.
Active. Approaching Stargate.
Not really. But I mean, if you want, yeah. Oh yeah, bandage expert. Yeah, I want that. There, that's a good one. Yep, good.
Autopilot jumping. Approaching Stargate. Warping to Stargate. Warp drive active. Autopilot jumping. Approaching Stargate. Warping to Stargate. Warp drive active. Autopilot jumping. Approaching Stargate. Warping to Stargate. Warp drive active. Approaching Stargate. Autopilot jumping.
Okay, 85 on yellow. Let's go. Come on, double it. Come on, Daddy wants another set of pistols.
Warping to
Daddy
Stargate.
wants another set of pistols.
Warp
Come
drive
on,
active.
yellow. Come on, yellow. Set of pistols, set of pistols, set of pistols. Set of pistols. Yeah. See, he skews the gambling down, so the wheel is like almost always yellow. It's kind of funny, because it's like you can't win. But you can count on doubling, which is kind of funny. You can't count on it, but you can assume it.
Autopilot
There we go.
jumping.
That's how I get like a lot of pistols really fast to make up for that
Approaching
loss I just
Stargate.
had. Now I have triple the guns that I lost just initially.
Warping to Stargate. Warp drive
It's
active.
a zombie servers, ransom, and weapons. I think I'm always gonna live by Bandit Camp in the future because it's like, yeah. Oh wow, yeah, you can buy Fletcher here and all that. Yeah, oh wow, you can buy them here. Damn. I wonder if I just keep fucking crops, like fucking tons and tons and tons of clones. You know, I was gonna buy pistols, but I'm inclined to buy that.
Autopilot approaching Stargate.
Because what am I gonna use with the pistols? But I can do something with the large planter boxes.
Warping to Stargate. Warp drive active.
Yeah, why not make a huge wood platform with triple fucking walls and nothing but marijuana plants in there? At the bandit camp, because who cares? It'd be kind of funny. Well, I left with nothing, so I can't really, like, lose anything. Up the hill from the bandit camp, I'm gonna keep plants. But I need seeds. Seeds are a problem.
Autopilot jumping.
I'll have to clone. And it'll be obvious. I could build it off like ranch where it's not too hard to get to or whatever. Oh, look, it's a polar bear.
Approaching
I don't know if I
Stargate.
have enough. We're gonna open
Warping to
the
Stargate.
end pistol and
Warp
chop
drive
him.
active.
Yeah. But I mean, what would I buy? What would I buy with the scrap? There's nothing to buy. Or well, there's weapon vendors, but I mean, like, I can't find them enough. It's annoying.
Autopilot jumping. Approaching Stargate. Warping to Stargate. Warp drive active.
God damn it. Fucking moved the second I fired. Now I'm lost. I don't want to get lost. I want to build a big giant farm. Like right here. And who cares? I don't frankly care. Look, that's almost all the wood I need for it right there. That's all of it almost. I'll just put a wood door on it, 2 wood doors on it, or whatever. Like a fuck ton of wood doors on it. I'll just chop so much wood that, yeah, like I can just put wood doors on it. A fuck ton, like a big tunnel. Right?
Approaching Stargate.
Yep. and I'll just fill it with large planters.
Warp drive active.
Ooh. We'll call it a gorilla grow, right? Now, bandit camp's right there, but I need to be... Like, I don't care about, frankly, being hidden. I don't care about that, so let's see. I just need Priv is the problem. Getting Priv might be kind of annoying. So I guess across the road from bandit camp, in the middle of fucking nowhere by the train track, I can get Priv right here, which is good, I guess. Yeah, this would be sufficient, yeah, I'd say. And so we elevate like that, yep. And we'll have a big, long fucking hallway as much as possible, right?
Autopilot jumping.
You can't do that, huh? Oh.
Warping to Stargate. Warp drive active.
Oops, no. So where's the TC in this thing? I don't frankly care. It'll be in the hallway, I guess.
Autopilot jumping.
That doesn't really work. So I have to... Now I'm like all disoriented and I'm going to have to break...
Approaching Stargate.
Break some twig.
Warping to Stargate. Warp drive active.
Okay, so... Wait, are you saying I'm here? No, 2 jumps, and then...
Autopilot jumping. Warping to Stargate. Warp drive active. Approaching Stargate. Autopilot jumping. Autopilot disabled. Waypoint reached. Approaching Stargate. Autopilot jumping. Autopilot disabled. Waypoint reached.
A bit.
Warp drive active. Warp drive active.
Oh no, what did happen there? What? That was not what I wanted.
Docking request accepted. Docking request accepted. Warp drive active.
Witness the power of wood. It took no time at all. I really don't want them doing a frontal on this place, and they can go in the roof if they want to. And I'll stone or something. I'll stone this whole thing. I mean, really, no. That implies that there's stone in here. They're like, I'm not even gonna say that. Only wood. Oops. Am I out again? Yeah. There's no boosters out here. Man, I want to take these kids to faction warfare. These two pilots. They could just sit in offensive plexus all day. 2 Tristans. Single pilots won't take it. And groups will be a fun fight. And doing that, I can just sit there. I could just fucking sit there. I don't have to target anything. I just summon drones and sit there for 15 minutes and collect my money. I bet most times they don't take the fight. 2 Tristans, yeah, probably sit there for most days, like probably 4 to 8 hours unattested. Hi, Stans, it's me again. I'm not gonna shoot you. I'm just building a gorilla grow. And I can't hear you, but you can type if you need to. I feel you. Good luck, man. Good hunting, huh? more seats. But they don't sell... Okay, well, whatever. They don't sell, like, water barrels? I need a large water collector, but I don't think you, I don't think you do that, yeah. Well, I can buy a wind turbine and a battery and run power and all that. I suppose. Yeah, I can run water jugs. That'll be sufficient if I have water catchers. But I don't have water catchers. So, I don't know. If I can't buy water catchers, I don't know. I guess I could take a trip to the outpost today and go see if I can buy that there, but I don't think I can. And you can't make them. Oh, well, yeah. Well, you can make planters, but you can't make, yeah, you can't make water, like, out of nothing. I thought I heard something. There's 300 scrap to work with. That's pretty good to start. I don't know how I'm gonna get water, but I'll get creative. I don't know. I'll figure it out. I don't know. How's this going? Good. How's this going? Good. We're gonna jet a zone. Yep, we're just gonna dump like whole loads into that. And when she's full, I'll send her back and I'll have her dump those cargo containers, and the other one will just keep on going the whole time. And that's how I'm not dependent on other people, not politically engaged, don't have commitment, and over time, the days pass, and one day I'll wake up and I'll have an orca. Some game is bound to distract me. That sucks that the heli's coming. Okay, now I'm buying large planters. And I should buy a water jug, but I have no way to fill it. I could purify the water, but it would be difficult. I could fill jugs of water and then purify them. There's nothing really stopping me from doing that. There's lots of different ways I could do this. I could fill a water barrel with dirty water and then purify the water barrel. Looking for these planters, but I don't see them. Oh, there's an airdrop like right there. I may as well go for it. I have 296 scrap, however, but whatever. It's my draw pretty much. I don't want to die here, but I mean, I don't know, whatever. Oh my fuck god, you scare me. Oh, he's got guns. 1,250 for an assault rifle. It would be so sweet. It would be so sweet. And then if I bought another one... Yep, when it ran out, I could research it. I could buy an assault rifle. Gotta remember to follow this wall. Wait, he's shooting at somebody. Okay, here we are. If I'm to defend myself, it's now. I feel I can get out of here. That's good. Gotta watch out for the heli. This is the second airdrop I've got today. Last one I didn't get. High velocity rounds is of high value. I've got to get them home. High velocity rounds. I should just chop a lot of trees and sell a lot of scrap and buy an AK from that vendor. Put a suppressor on and call it a day. With an AK, I could take heli suppressed from bandit camp. High velocity rounds with AK would be such a good rest of the wipe. It never occurred to me that I could just get a vendor right there at the bandit camp and just sell the wood direct for just massive scrap and just buy that AK. It didn't occur to me. I will always live at bandit camp now, right at the road. Shopping vendors and stashing scrap. Right off the road at bandit camp. I will always live there. Yep, perfect. Except I want the wood and the set. I guess they tried and failed. I don't know. I have a lot of seeds now, which is good. It'd be fun to try and take the job from them. Actually, I feel like I should fill this TC, yeah, all the way with all the wood I find first. This would be a good time for a chainsaw, but it's also like, it's the same thing, really. Oh, I need a weapon, but I don't want to lose anything like that. I could go over there with a crossbow and steal that kit from them. Well, now I'm poor. What? Oh, God. Touch a wall, touch a wall, touch a wall, touch a wall. Touch a wall, touch a wall, touch a wall, touch a wall. Oh, God. Oh, I have 3 sheet metal. Oh, well. Damn it. Stupid wolves. Look, it's gonna go down. And I want to be there when it does. And I want to defend it with a crossbow from a bush. They're taking it from bandit camp, I guess. Aww. Okay, gotta get to it. I'm gonna crossbow fight them for this. Give them some PvP because they're bored. Let's see if I can't take their chest from them somehow. There's the fire. Did they do it from barn or something? They did. They did it from barn. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna die instantly. Oh, I have pot seeds too. Oh, well. Someone shot down heli. I'm gonna stealth creep this. Okay, we're gonna. This is good RP. We're in a good situation for some good RP here. So I'm gonna kill the music for a minute. Oh. Okay. These guys don't know I'm here, I don't think. So we're gonna push with a crossbow and an axe. Let's see what I can do. Because if I can headshot him and chop him, I might could live. Who shot this chopper down? Question mark. Who shot the chopper down? Question mark. Oh, God. See anybody? Sooner or later, somebody will come, and when they do, it's crossbow time. I could give a living shit about the loot. Who and what shot the chopper down? I don't want who or what, who or whatever shot this down. Who's here? What if he's over there in the bush? Maybe I should be over there in that bush. I could get closer, yeah. Who shot the chopper down? Are they at the power station? No, they're gonna be at the pylon, maybe? Probably the... No. They were shooting at barns, so they're in the barn. Probably in there at the top on the roof somewhere with an AK, suppressed AK. Sooner or later, they'll have to come for the loot, right? I mean, it only makes sense, right? I'm in a good bush, right? Yeah, I am. I thought I heard something. Oh, shit! Suppressed. Scared the shit out of me. It was a Balti, damn it. Nothing but a crossbow, baby. I want that Balti. Motherfucker. Fun as hell. I lost my axe, damn it. Oh well. I put that stuff away, right? That 396 scrap, didn't I? Let's go find out. I don't remember. Stupid pig, don't attack me. This is fun, but this is all the rest I think I want to do today. This was a lot more rest than I wanted to do today, I think. Yeah, this went to 4.5 hours. This was more than I wanted to do. I'm gonna go on WoW SoD now. Wonder why he's using barn. That was kind of odd. I could have pegged him with a crossbow. It would have been so awesome if I killed him. I hear something. What is that? What was that? Swear to God, I did. I think I saw somebody. What the fuck was that? Nope, scientist. I don't know what I heard. I thought I heard somebody banging something, but that's probably some pretty good metal. Put it over at the other base, I guess. Okay. Yeah, I think this was all the rust I wanted for today. They're being here where they can't see me. See it? They can't see me in here. Yeah, this was good, and we're gonna retool, and we're gonna go to WoW. Goodbye, Rust. It was a good session. I loved it. It was very fun, very fun, very fun. I thought it was very fun. Even got in a good fight there and everything. Got some kills today. Did pretty good overall. So now we will load the WoW, and we will change the WoW. Or change to the WoW, excuse me. No, I want... Oh, classic. WoW Classique. Yeah, now it's running just great. But I have the graphics too low, I think. Yeah, I want to turn them all the way back up. The resample sharpness and all that stuff. Yep. Apply. Close. Go. How's this going? Good. Ah, what a good session. Okay, now we're gonna switch over here to oh, the key, no, the key. Why are you so laggy? You're acting very laggy today. Oh, probably because... Yeah. No, that's not it. What is it? It's... No, that's not it. It's... I don't know. Something's happening with WoW in my performance. Like, WoW... frames are stuck. I'm at 12 frames per second. That's fucked up. Something's wrong. It's something with the resolution, I think. Let's see. I think it thinks that it's in 4K. No custom resolution. Just... God damn it. Yes. Okay, good. There's my frames. Fucking annoying. Yes, and make it big. Yeah, you were doing some fucking 4K resolution or something. There we go. Oh yeah, the light looks so much better now. Look at all the pinks and everything. Yeah, frames are good. Frames are where they should be. Sweet. Come on, money. Yeah, but not very much money. Damn it. Oh well. How am I not making that many sales? Oh well. This fucking bubbling water, I'm just gonna vendor it. I've been trying to sell it forever.
Welcome to my inn, weary traveler. What can I do for you? Be careful.
Okay. Gotta change my title. Oh yeah, we didn't finish this New World Season 5 thing. I forgot about that. Let's finish that.
And things that are important there. First and foremost, there's only going
Thank
to
you,
be
New
two
World Oddity.
preset
I'd
controller
like to sub
layouts,
to your
and you
channel.
actually can't remap the controller as of the release. That's something that's going to be coming down the line. It's something they wanted, but again, that's sort of unfortunately a little bit delayed. And then back here, let me show you this. So on this page, they've got a couple of different things that are going to sort of help with controller. Now, the big one here is aim assist. It looks like that they have walked back the idea that aim assist will work in PvP if you're using a controller. Now it says AI only. However, then you realize that the aim assist is probably not going to work against AI, but what will work is this target friction. Now, you people who play console shooters will know the difference here. Aim assist will basically move your controller and like follow a target, and that's only usable if you're using a controller, and it's only usable against AI. But target friction, what this does is that it slows your cursor down, and you know, that's going to be interesting. We'll see how strong that is. So basically, let's say you're moving your cursor, as soon as you mouse over an enemy, your cursor will sort of slow down, so it's harder to move away and off of them, which means it's easier to aim, basically, because it's quite difficult on a controller to get to the precise movements, and you know, by the time you do that, they've already moved away. So this will be really interesting. My instinct is that this is probably the right decision, and I don't think it'll make controller super strong, because this is going to work in PvP. But no, I actually don't think it'll be that bad, because there's nothing automatically happening. It's just sort of a little bit of a help. In theory, if you're on PC, you could sort of trigger something where you could change your DPI if you really wanted, but I mean, that'd be too much hard work for me. But you know, that's what's happening. And the next one's a major one, and it's the enemy target lock-on. Now, it's worth noting that this is only for AI. You can't do this with players, because that would like drastically change the game. But it does work on controller and on PC. So if you're in a dungeon, you can just press the target, and what it's basically going to do is like your enemy's going to stay on the screen, and you're just going to like, the camera's going to move and follow them. It doesn't mean that you can't get hit by stray attacks or anything like that. It's not like the enemy is doing the same to you. But that's the intended plan. That will help in PvE, especially with controller. Might help in PvE without, but I don't really think it'll make that big of a difference, personally. If it was in PvP, it'd be completely different. Then this next one, I don't really understand. It doesn't, by default, it's off for keyboard and mouse. I said PC, I meant keyboard and mouse. So basically, what this does is that you can move and your camera doesn't move with you. You'd be familiar with this with other games. You'll like move left and right and up, you know, forward and back, but you'll move the camera with the right analog stick. Sort of like a lot of shooters, I think. I've not explained that very well, because I think that's not quite how it's going to work, but you know, it's hard to envision these by just reading the text. You can turn that on and off, not a problem. There's also going to be another one which could actually be major, which is the use camera direction for melee attacks. Now at the minute you attack, you know, where you're aiming. What you could do is attack where your character is aiming. So basically with the previous one, I think you can sort of be aiming off the screen and still be attacking that way. Well, I think that's very difficult to do on PC, mouse and keyboard. And then yeah, there's a couple of changes to the UI. Now, one thing that they did talk about was that they have now finally finished the MSQ. That's going to be fully updated, and there's going to be a way of doing Isabella on your own if you don't want to do any expeditions. However, the group finder makes getting an expedition like way easier, and I think that's a fantastic change. But this is good. I don't think many people should go out and do the whole story yet. I sort of feel like we might get fresh when we get console, but if you want to go out and do the story, go ahead. If you're like really bored, crack on. One big one, which is sort of a little bit weird, big shout out to Trick sort of put this down, and I was like, I don't really see where this is coming from, but we sort of wanted it because it sort of felt better on the PTR, and that is that mounts are going to be enabled in Outpost Rush. Now when I say it felt better, we'll have to wait and see how it feels. We only did it on the PTR. Let's see how this feels once it hits live. They claim that they removed it for technical limitations, so, you know, maybe they have fixed those technical limitations with this combat rework. Either way, it's exciting. And two huge things they sort of waited right till the end to mention, and that is a respecking fee is going from 200 gold to 50 gold. That's going to absolutely change the gold sync, because apparently it was like 12% of the gold sync, and now it's being reduced by, you know, I don't know the percentage, it's a quarter of what it was. So in theory, it'd only be 3% of the gold sync. I know percentages don't work like that, don't at me. And then another change is with Magnify. Magnify, I think this is a good enough change, right? But maybe, you know, you let me know what you think. For Magnify, you're going to be able to make it so that it's like stuck in a specific attribute. However, that works for all of your Magnify, so keep that in mind. But you can make it so that all your Magnify counts to strength, or all your Magnify counts to con, no matter what you change. That won't help if you're like a healer becoming a tank or something like that, but ultimately I think that's a temporary, probably maybe even a permanent solution to that problem at this point. You can do that, sort of makes it so that you can do whatever build you like, as long as you've not got too much Magnify. Like if all of your stuff was magnify, you might not be able to go below a certain threshold in a certain category, but I don't really think that's a big issue personally. Some pretty big changes there, I think mostly positive. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. For now, have a most beautiful day. Big shout out to my patrons.
Docking
Much love to you guys.
accepted.
Come and follow me, watch me over on Twitch. I stream pretty much every day, and we'll be streaming this. Oh, one thing I didn't mention is the PTR goes live on February 14th, so if you're looking forward to spending time with your loved ones, forget it. Have a beautiful day. Goodbye.
You loaded my own video. You loaded my own video. I'm a YouTube star, guys. Yeah, this is yesterday's thing. Yeah, it's going great. It's going good. Okay, get going. Bye. And then, yes, we're going to compress, dump, and then undock.
Warp drive active.
Okay, now must get to Darkshire. I am ready to leave. I need to farm a lot of money. And I don't think Darkshire's it. I mean, I don't know. Maybe Darkshire is it. It's odd. But I want to be somewhere where I can fish, and I think that's Stranglethorn Vale now. Pretty much. And 18.5 bars. That's like right where I'm at. Yeah, that, An old history book. At such. Oh, do I have a turn in here? Oh no, I don't. But oh, I do. I have a turn in. Ah. Well, that's good. Hopefully, that's some XP. Yay. Yeah, I have a lot of turn-ins actually. I'm gonna ding, and then I will go to Stranglethorn. I think. I don't know. I want to fish at Stranglethorn where I can make some money. And I will, yeah, I will run up and down the beach as a stealthy. And I will live in Stranglethorn, and I'll try to stay away from the horde, and I will try not to get ganked. The level 30 is open season, pretty much. It sucks. It becomes such a shitty thing. Oh no, I was going to the keep. I forgot where I was going. God damn it. I'll go into the keep. Go into the keep. Sorry. Your wool, Blizzard. Okay, so Actong. Okay, so good. I watched the whole Twitch thing, an hour and a half of it, and yes, I watched a lot of CCP. I got a new world pack, and I want to see what's going on in the world today. Perhaps Philip DeFranco? Yes. There we go, 1 hour ago. Thank you, Philip DeFranco, for the excellent content for my stream.
Show, and we got a lot of news to talk about today. We've got last night's wild Super Bowl and all the Taylor Swift weirdness. Why the hell chocolate just got so expensive? We're close to a stripper's bill of rights. The war on robots has taken to the streets. We have to talk about how in the shadow of the Super Bowl, Israel absolutely pummeled Rafah and what that means moving forward. And then there's even more we got to talk about, so let's just jump into it. Starting with Taylor Swift won her first Super Bowl last night in her first season. With her playing both ways, getting 3.5 sacks on Pretty Boy Purdy, throwing an absolute dime to Mecole Hardman to close out the game, and yet she was still robbed of Super Bowl MVP. Sorry, Mahomes, you know it's true. But, my stupid jokes aside, wild Super Bowl last night. I didn't even have a dog in the fight, and I was stressed for y'all. Like, I'm a Jets fan. I don't know what it's like to be stressed out in January, February.
I didn't even know the Super Bowl was yesterday, and I don't care. Don't care. But there you go. I mean, like, see, like, when you're actually self-absorbed, you gotta understand how self-absorbed I've become. I don't care. If I'm not in the Super Bowl doesn't exist. I'm sorry, but... You want, like, the actual ego about it. I used to care. You know, it's funny. Yeah, okay, was it yesterday? It wasn't yesterday. But the day before, I went to get a blood drawn. And, how's this going? Good. Yeah, no, wrong one.
Rats KC fans, better luck next year, Niner gang. That was a tough beat. But also, there was a lot playing out last night that didn't necessarily have to do with football. Because the crazy, stupid shit I was saying about Taylor Swift, that was obviously jokes. But
Oh man, the Chiefs won this year. My friend's probably going fucking crazy. Wow. Well, grats, you know. I was young.
Same time, there was also a lot of other stupid, crazy shit being said about her. It was just, like, baseless. People have been saying that it's scripted for the Chiefs to win, and then, like, Travis Kelce was gonna propose to Taylor Swift, and they were gonna be like, vote for Biden and get a vax shot. I don't know, there's gonna be, like, a hypnotist trying to convince you on the screen. But you did have Trump and Biden talking about this and her last night. Trump putting out a thing essentially saying that it'd be impossible for her to back Biden this year, and writing on Truth Social, I signed and was responsible for the Music Modernization Act for Taylor Swift and all other musical artists. Joe Biden didn't do anything for Taylor and never will. There's no way she could endorse crooked Joe Biden, the worst and most corrupt
Whoa,
president
you
in
don't
history.
think, huh? Nah, you think she's gonna back the devil? You think she's gonna back the fucking devil? No. Many of us won't. And we all shed a crocodile tear for the Republican... For the Republic, you know? No, you're the Empire. No. What do you mean Taylor Swift doesn't like you? We don't like you. You're a Republican criminal.
Be disloyal to the man
Oh
who made
my,
her so much
this book
money.
hasn't
Besides,
rested on these shelves
Disloyal?
since
What the
before the
fuck are you
rebuilding of
talking
Stormwind
about?
years
Taylor
ago.
Swift
It
is
will
not
have to be
loyal
restored,
to
of course.
some
It's in bad shape.
president.
But I would
I
be
mean, she
honored to place it
believes in
within our
America
rare
and
books
she'll
collection. Thank you, madam. Please accept this as payment for returning the book.
Follow the law.
Adventurer. If you don't
But-
mind a long journey, then I have a task for you to
I-
again help
if I had to
Stormwind
guess,
fill
if
its
there was a
library.
president that,
the old kingdom of Alterac
that
fell
Taylor
after
Swift
the Great
looked
War,
up to and
and it
respected,
had a
it would
large
probably
collection
be
of books.
JFK.
It's a tragedy that the city is ruined, but
Not
even more
fucking
tragic is
Biden.
all of their knowledge lost. We must recover what we can. South Shore is the closest town to the ruins of Alterac. Go there and speak with Lore Master Dibbs. He can direct you to the ruins and to what books may be found there.
I have another turn in. God damn. Oh, okay. That was helpful. That was some XP, but I mean, like, eh. It's still questing. It's annoying. It's funny getting baltied with a crossy. I made such bad shots because I choked. He really didn't know I was there. He did not know I was there. With a real gun, I would have killed him. No problem. Taking that. Taking it. You know. So you say over there I'm supposed to do something right there? For what, the kids or whatever? Lunar clusters fired. I don't know what that means. Anyways, you want me to go to the Cathedral of Light? Okay.
Like her boyfriend Travis, even though he may be a liberal and probably can't stand me. Which, there's a lot to unpack
Is
there.
he
But
a
for some context on the
liberal?
thing that we're actually going to talk about, Trump
Does
was
it
referencing
matter?
a law that updated the rights of musicians and songwriters.
Jesus Christ, fucking reptards. They, like, sit there and talk about liberals all day. And the only time I ever say the word conservatives or liberals is when their tribal war leader begins to speak about it or whatever. And I don't want your tribalism, and I don't care. I don't care. Oh, I went too far. That's alright. Like, I don't think of America in terms of conservative or liberal. I'm sorry. That's like saying black and white. There is so many shades of American. It's disgusting to say. It's like morally based kind of to say that there isn't. To say it's just liberal, just conservative. It's heartbreaking. Everything is like black and white to people now, and it's like, God damn it, man. I need you to be more intelligent than that. Buzzard's guts.
His post, you did have a lawyer involved in the act telling Variety he wasn't responsible for it, saying he probably doesn't even know what it does, and all he did was sign it. But that's neither here nor there. And then as far as Biden, he went a different route, but he and his team leaning into the jokes of the whole thing was just some Democratic plan, tweeting just like we drew it up, along with that dark Brandon photo where red lasers shoot out of his eyes. Right, joking about just the ridiculousness of the conspiracy. Though that post arguably was ill-timed, right? Because while so much of the country was paying attention to Super Bowl Sunday, something else was happening. Because Israel used the opportunity, or just happened to pick this time frame to launch massive airstrikes on a major population center in
Israel struck Gaza.
Gaza, where over 1 million people had fled conflict. In the middle of the night, local time, Israel carried out a wave of airstrikes on the southern city of Rafah. And according to Israeli officials, the airstrikes were used as cover for an operation to successfully
An evil taint has gained a foothold within the already beleaguered Duskwood. I thank the light we have a hero such as you to face it, but you must first prepare yourself for the coming trial. For the necromancer Morbid Fell is immensely powerful and has cast dark enchantments about himself to protect him from physical assaults. If you are to defeat him, you will need a weapon that is proof against these protections. Years ago, the Third Fleet of Kultiras sunk along the coasts of the Wetlands, an expanse of marsh north of the dwarven kingdom of Ironforge. Aboard one ship was a load of Lightforge iron. This metal is precious to us, for items crafted from it strike with holy truth. If you are to face Morbid Fell, then you will need such a weapon. Go to Menethil Harbor and speak with my dwarven colleague Glorin Steelbrow. If that lost metal can be found, he'll know where to look.
Excuse me, sir. Bishop DeLavy asked me to approach adventurers that might be able to help him with a delicate matter. If you could quietly head to Stormwind Keep and speak to him at your earliest convenience, I'm sure he would appreciate your help. Again, please be discreet. It is a matter of some importance.
Warp drive active.
Oh, okay. Uh, well, in that case, no, how to. Give money for a boost, baby. For a boost. So, got to suppress, compress, and then if I'm doing that, I'm gonna run a booster on my main. It's kind of expensive. I don't know. How's this belt? Is it? Oh no. The belt's fairly good. I think I'll save it. I'll save this for another day. Oh look, I got another one though. I think, which is good. So now I must compress. I must compress. Yep, compress. Yeah. Then, compress. Compress. Then you. Yeah, you. Yeah, I want you to go in there. Oh, wait. Yeah. I want you to go... I want you to go in there. Yes. And then I want you to compress. Yeah, compress. Compress it all. Loot all. Nope. Yeah, I want you to compress. Yep, and then there we go. And then we go clear. Compress. No, I want that in the mining bay. Compress. Yay. Compress. There we go. Okay, what's in here? It's 16 mil. Yep. And yeah, now we go. Now we got the boost. Or unseen. Hominid. So you stopped mining, why? Oh, because I was leaving, right, yeah. Okay, gonna make that big money today. Yeah.
Oh, and I always try to stress this when we're especially talking about this situation. Like many competing claims with everything that we're seeing, none of this has been independently verified as I'm recording. With us also seeing reports that the Palestinian Authority's official TV stations putting the number at 74, while
Israel
the
struck
Palestine Red Crescent
Palestine,
Society
that
saying more than
sucks.
100. You have people on the ground in Rafah saying 2 mosques,
Whatever.
several residential buildings, and 10 sheltering people were hit in the hour-plus long strikes by Israeli planes, tanks, and ships. It's at 1:49 a.m. local time, just minutes after the kickoff of the Super Bowl. Israeli officials said IDF soldiers broke into the building where the 2 hostages were being held. Meanwhile, you had an IDF spokesperson claiming that Israeli forces fired on nearby buildings to disrupt Hamas's communications, and warplanes fired on Hamas targets in the area. The Washington Post also reporting that, quote, exchanges of heavy fire erupted in several places between the troops and Hamas fighters. Right, and a big thing here is that while these attacks are super significant because while Rafah is no stranger to airstrikes, it is the last population center that Israeli troops have not entered. And so as a result, it's become a major shelter for displaced Palestinians. Right, it's been widely reported that over 1.4 million people have fled to the city as more and more civilians are being displaced by Israel's military operations in the north. And so what that means is that more than half of Gaza's entire population is now crammed into the city that housed just 300,000 people before the war. And this after last week when Netanyahu announced that Israel was preparing to send troops into Rafah, sparking widespread international backlash. Because among a number of other reasons, the humanitarian situation there is insanely grim. Many people are surviving in makeshift shelters or tents, and they're supported almost entirely by the small flow of humanitarian aid that's allowed to enter from the Egyptian border, but falls far short of fulfilling needs. You have aid groups saying that the city is so crowded that families have been forced to sleep on the streets, and the food is so limited that people have started eating grass, which is why the UN and aid providers have repeatedly said that a military advance on Rafah would be absolutely devastating for civilians, further exacerbating an already catastrophic situation with people running low on food, water, medicine, and other essential supplies. And again, this is the UN and other groups have said that most of the people in Rafah have already fled their homes and have nowhere else to go. So invading an area already full of refugees would be inhumane and result in mass casualties. And those concerns have also been echoed by many of Israel's top allies, including the UK and even the US. Hell, even the fucking Biden administration, which has faced a ton of backlash for just blindly backing Israel, saying a military offensive in Rafah without proper planning would be a disaster, with the Biden admin saying they didn't support such an operation at the time. And just yesterday, Netanyahu had a 45-minute call with Biden where the president told the prime minister the ground invasion in Rafah should not proceed without a plan to ensure the safety of civilians.
Oh, it's already I get travel for him.
Telling the Washington Post that much of the call focused on the possibility of an extended humanitarian ceasefire, or something that could allow for hostages to be released, and adding that protection for Palestinian civilians is a constant discussion between us and the Israelis, and the security of civilians in Rafah during an Israeli offensive is a huge question. And going on to reaffirm that the U.S. can't support any plan that doesn't secure civilian protection that was actually planned, prepared, and implementable. But then, just hours later, Israel launched this massive attack on Rafah. And while Netanyahu has asked the military to draw up plans to evacuate Rafah, there are a lot of concerns about where these people can actually go. In an interview with ABC that aired yesterday, he tried to downplay the situation. I mean, at one point, seeming to just lie outright about how many people are in the city and insisting that they'll have places to go, but not providing specifics.
Yeah, you've directed the Israeli Defense Forces to evacuate Rafah in advance of this ground invasion. Where are those people supposed to go? This is 1.4 million people, many of whom have fled northern Gaza. I mean, they're living in tents. Where are these people supposed to go?
Well, Rafah is a very small percentage of
This is
Gaza.
ABC, huh?
I think it's about 10% or 15%.
I mean, the estimates were
Enough
there.
area north of Gaza.
You're talking about them like they're a percentage. It's 1 million people. It's not some percentage, you fucking joke clown suit.
Been cleared.
And he's
Well,
right
there's
to
an estimate
grill
of
you like this.
1.4 million people in that area, right?
That is not a percentage of the land or something like that. Disgusting. Who's gonna vendor that? Yeah, nice. And now I have a little bit more room. A little tiny bit more room.
Welcome to my inn, weary traveler. What can I do for you? No, I'm not. But lots of others are looking for love. You should buy my love tokens, put on some cologne or perfume, and then pass them around. Light
No, I don't
bless
think
you.
so.
Welcome to my inn, weary traveler. What can I do for you?
Not that it isn't cool. I'm just saying I don't really have any interest in that.
Need help?
As the
Farewell.
German foreign minister said, they can't just disappear. Where are they supposed to go?
No, well, the areas that we've cleared, north of Rafah, plenty of areas there. But we are working out a detailed plan to do so. And that's what we've done up to now. We're not cavalier about this. This is part of our war effort to get civilians out of harm's
Oh,
way.
I have
It's
to
part
buy a
of Hamas's
bronze
effort to
tube?
keep them in harm's
Okay,
way.
I hope I have enough
But we've
money.
so far succeeded, and we're going to succeed again.
But then he never elaborated beyond saying plenty of areas north of Rafah have been cleared. And also many have cast down on that,
Stormwind
noting that Gaza is only
season
around
herbs.
25 miles long and 6 miles wide. And so much of the area north of Rafah has been destroyed or is literally an active conflict zone. And this is a city is also as
Oh, I
far
have to
south as
go
people can go before the
to
border with
the
Egypt, which has refused to let refugees in. When asked if he
flower
was concerned at
shop.
all about the fact that so many allies and key players in the region have warned against a military operation in Rafah, Netanyahu just brushed it off, making it clear that he intends to move forward with his plan.
But the Biden administration says it will be a disaster if you go into Rafah in this way, and it's not just the Biden administration; it's your allies in the region. I mean, we've heard from the Egyptian foreign minister that it would be a disastrous consequences. The UAE is warning of exasperating the catastrophe, the humanitarian catastrophe in Gaza. I mean, aren't you? Is any of this giving you second thought about going in and doing this?
The answer is, John, they don't have
Canal
to give me second
districts.
thoughts about taking care of the civilian population, along with the provision of the necessary humanitarian aid. We've been doing it, and I've been directing it systematically. Victory is within reach. It has to be understood. And victory will be the best thing that will
okay,
happen,
it's
not only for
seasoned
Israel,
wolf
but for the
kebabs.
Palestinians themselves.
With him then also going on to try and justify the planned offensive because it'll help save hostages, saying he believes there are enough Israeli hostages still alive to warrant this offensive. Also echoing that in a statement posted on X, where he also made it crystal clear that the attacks during the Super Bowl, they were just the start, and he plans to go ahead with this plan, saying only continued military pressure until total victory will bring the release of all our hostages. We will not miss any opportunity to bring them home.
I'm
There
on
you had
the
a lot
wrong
of people pushing
side.
back on that, arguing that saving 2 hostages is not worth the deaths of all those other people. And others just saying that he's using the idea of hostage rescues as a way to justify massive strikes on Rafah. Right, this is he's losing support. Many pointing out that the Israeli military has only rescued 3 hostages throughout the entire war, including the 2 last night, which also means that more hostages were killed in Israeli operations to save them than the number of hostages who have actually been saved. Right? Instead, the vast majority of hostages who have actually been saved were released during the 1-week ceasefire last year. And notably, all of this as Netanyahu has publicly shut down Hamas's proposed terms for a ceasefire literally the same day that he announced he was preparing Israeli forces to push in Rafah. And so as all of this is playing out, we also saw plenty of people saying that Netanyahu knew how bad the attack on Rafah would look, which is why he chose to do it during the Super Bowl, when Americans were distracted. And all this is we're even seeing reports that Biden is tired of his bullshit, with numerous sources telling NBC that Biden has been disparaging Netanyahu in private and is angry about his inability to get the prime minister to change his military tactics. With the reports
We're
saying
the
that he
only
is specifically
supplier of
mad
healthy
about Bibi's
flowers in all of
refusal to agree to a
Stormwind. We
ceasefire. We
provide
also saw last
beautiful
week
blooms
Biden
for
approve
any
an order that
occasion.
cut off military aid to countries that break international rules for protecting civilians, a move that's been widely seen as directly aimed at Israel. But this is you have experts saying the real challenge with that directive will be whether the U.S. actually enforces it, or whether it actually follows through with the threats to cut off weapons and aid to Israel. Because while Netanyahu has made it clear that he does not give a damn what Biden and other allies say, if the U.S. were to actually cut the flow of the millions and millions of dollars they give in military assistance to Israel, who knows what would happen? Or what kind of domino effect would we see in a number of avenues? Right, so it's going to be very interesting to see if the U.S. actually follows through here, if they actually take a stance, or if they're just going to continue limp dicking it with Netanyahu, who just keeps using U.S. taxpayer money to disobey him, all while making what is already a humanitarian disaster at the very least. So much.
I'm terribly sorry, guys. Gotta go bio. I'll be right back, but we're gonna focus on EvE here and just take a look. Okay. Did I give him 10 million? I can't remember. Did I tip him? I can't remember. Yes, I did, because it's not on her list because she didn't tip him. I did. Or sorry, the other alt did. If we go to that and we look at a transaction, I made a player donation of 10 million. Here we go. Okay, and sorry, terrible sorry, I gotta go pee. I'll be right back. Oh. Okay. What did I open? I opened the pepper jack. See? Oh, pepper jack. I want to slice pepper jack. Pepper jack. And some pepperoni. This is the last of the pepperoni, but I'll take the middle slice. Use this for sandwich. And that's meat. This is not good. Pepper jack roll up. Pepperoni and pepper jack. Good pepper.
And guaranteeing the killing of more and more innocent civilians. But as we wait to see how all of this plays out, of course, I'd love to know your thoughts here. I know we covered a lot. It could be on the timing, your opinions in general. Also, I'm interested to know if your opinions have shifted over the weeks and months. And then let's talk about the Stripper Bill of Rights, because that's not the name of my sexy, gender-swapped, revisionist history, hip-hop, Broadway musical about the founding of the United Sexy States of America, though I am looking for funding. But rather, it's what hundreds of adult dancers in Washington are fighting for right now, with this dancer-led advocacy group called Strippers Are Workers pushing the state legislature to adopt the Strippers Bill of Rights. Because it turns out, as it stands right now, dancers put up with an absolute ton of shit. Absurdly high club fees, total lack of security, threats, harassment, and even assault in some cases. With people like EvE, a former dancer, sharing their stories, telling the AP about a time that she gave a man 3 lap dances only for the guy's car to decline, with the men getting absolutely belligerent and aggressive, but then no manager stepped in and the club had no security guards. EvE and a waitress had to try to get this guy and his equally belligerent friends out of the club themselves. And then despite having to do all of that herself and going through all of that by herself, she was still expected to pay the $200 club fee, even though she never got the $140 she was owed for the dances. Yep. And then she learned another dancer had dealt with that exact same guy just 2 days earlier. Same outcome and everything. And even going on to say the lack of security and training and the lack of support between the management to the dancers creates this culture where customers know that they can come in and not pay. They can come in and assault dancers, and they can come in and pretty much do whatever they want. And again, that's just one small example. There are countless stories of dancers being harassed by DJs for a cut of their tips, threatened and assaulted by customers, or blacklisted from the clubs for reporting abuse by managers. So these proposals in front of the Washington state legislature would offer greater protections for those dancers from customers, co-workers, and club owners, with it including things like requiring a security guard in each club, keypad codes to enter the dressing rooms, training on preventing sexual harassment and violence, de-escalation training, and signs stating dancers aren't required to hand over their tips. Plus, club fees would be capped at $150, or 30% of what the dancer made during a shift, whichever ends up being less. But as far as if this is going to get through, that remains to be seen, because while the state Senate actually approved a strippers' right bill last week, and it's now currently in front of the state House of Representatives, a very important thing to note is that the Senate bill reportedly clears the way for clubs to serve alcohol while the House bill doesn't. And that's incredibly important because that's what left a similar bill in legislative purgatory last year. But because a very big thing is that currently, alcohol sales are not allowed in strip clubs in Washington, which is a restriction that actually most states do not have. And that by itself is also an important aspect, because according to Madison Zakwu, the campaign manager for Strippers Are Workers, that's actually limiting the potential earnings for club owners and causing them to charge dancers more in club fees. In fact, Zakwu saying that adding the protections outlined in the Strippers Bill of Rights while continuing to ban alcohol sales will put these clubs and dancers in jeopardy, saying we don't want clubs to shut down now or in the future because that will just put everyone out of work and then put them in even riskier or more dire situations. You know, as we wait to see if history is going to repeat itself, that this is going to fizzle out again, or if this is going to become a law, I'd love to know your thoughts here. What are your thoughts in general regarding the Stripper Bill of Rights? What are your thoughts about the difference between allowing alcohol sales or not? I'd love to hear from you. And then, you know, when your goal is to start working out or working out more, that can be challenging. And you've heard me talking about...
I'm going to comment on this video. Oh, sorry. When I was a taxi driver, I drove a wonderful woman to work every night. For 2 years. They treated her like shiz. When you are in a relationship with a girl, and their managers rip her off, it feels like absolute shiz. Challenges both her womanhood and your manhood. But what can you do? They have big burly bouncers. You don't. If you're smart. If you're smart, you know what I'm saying? So, yep. And I responded to the video, try to be part of the member of the community. I like these videos.
Because I'm digging how the app operates. Because it feels like they operate on my terms, which works for me. I mean, through all the travel I do, or just all the schedule switch-ups, or hell, festivities like just this last Super Bowl Sunday, Copilot has my back. So also, thank you, Copilot, for being a sponsor of the PDS. You know, because I can't always stick to my routine, but that is okay. Coach Devin's the king of going with the flow, changing it up for me when needed, making it interesting, keeping me in the game. And if you're looking to make changes this year to your health, or just ready for change in general, either way, first step is easy. You just start with an onboarding call, you connect with a coach, and then they make customized workouts tailored to your needs. And then you just communicate your goals with your coach, which also may change up, but that's okay because they'll set you up for success. You know, when I started, I was like, let's work on some show muscles first. But then that evolved into, hey, I want overall strength. I want to worry about flexibility. Stuff was getting a little too tight. You know, I'm living proof that Copilot helps me attain my goals as well as shoot for new ones. The small changes that you make today really can enhance your life in ways you never thought possible. So if you want to join me on a fitness journey, just click my Copilot link down below or scan the QR code to get 14 days free with your own personal trainer. And then it's just 2 days away and more expensive than ever. Valentine's Day. With a recent survey from the National Retail Federation finding that Valentine's Day spending on spouses and partners is expected to reach a record $14.2 billion this year. And the total spending for Valentine's festivities is expected to top $25 billion. Regarding the list of planned gifts, you know, you have the usual suspects. 57% of people planning to buy candy for their partner, 39% buying flowers, 32% planning a night out, and 22% going with jewelry. And if you're looking to get your partner some, let's say, candy this year, you're probably also going to be taking a look at that price tag. Because you might find yourself wondering, why the hell is chocolate so expensive? Because as it turns out, many major candy manufacturers
Where is it
and
you
even
would like
small
to go
chocolate shops
last?
have
For
raised
just
their
a few
prices recently.
coin, my
That's in part
Griffins
because the
can get
cost
you
of
there
cocoa,
faster
key
than even the
ingredient making
swiftest
chocolate,
horse.
It's never been more expensive, with the prices breaking records this month for the first time in nearly 50 years. Because according to the BBC, cacao prices reached $5,874 per ton on the New York commodities market last week. That is roughly double what it was at the start of last year. And it's not just a price hike for Valentine's Day. These prices have been steadily going up. And there, we can all thank extreme weather. Because as it turns out, around 70% of the global supply of cacao beans come from Ghana and the Ivory Coast. And they've been battling this El Nino sea temperature phenomenon, meaning rainfall patterns are all messed up and long, hot, dry spells have led to rough growing conditions for cacao beans. And so between that and farmers already battling crop diseases and pests, harvests are coming up short, which means that supplies are slim and global prices aren't going to be going down anytime soon. Especially because throughout 2023, while these problems were developing, many companies were actually absorbing the cost of using up stockpiles. But now, more than before, we're going to see these companies passing off the cost to consumers, which is also why you have NPR saying that some people have already started to switch to cheaper chocolate and they're also buying less of it. Hell, even Hershey, one of the world's largest chocolate manufacturers, has cut 5% of its workforce. And that after the price of cacao played a part in their underwhelming fourth quarter earnings. And then, the war on robots is here, and it looks drastically different than what I thought it would look like. Because this ain't going down with T-1000s. And instead, it was kind of a bunch of just maybe inebriated people beating the shit out of a driverless robo-taxi. Because on Saturday night in San Francisco's Chinatown, right, it's Lunar New Year. People are out, they're celebrating, setting off fireworks. And around 9 o'clock, this robo-taxi owned by the company Waymo, it comes rolling down the street. Nobody's inside. We all of a sudden see this crowd form around it, bringing it to a halt. And then for some reason, someone reportedly jumps on the hood and smashes the windshield. With that then followed by another person seconds later, onlookers clapping in approval. And I guess at that point, people were like, well, if two people are doing it, we can just do this, right? And shit went wild.
I haven't talked to you in a while, and you haven't been answering, so I thought I would...
Yes, you know, I'm terribly sorry. I realized that I turned my phone off when I was at the doctor's appointment the other day, and I have forgotten, and I'm terribly sorry. I did not mean to do that.
It's okay. So I left the house with Jerry's home, and I wanted you to know I made you a loaf of bread yesterday, like I said I would. It's there to be picked up.
Okay.
And those books you ordered came in.
Oh, good. Okay.
And here's the last thing. I took bad advice from a reviewer on making French onion soup, and they said to double. Anyway, so I've ended up with more French onion soup than we could eat in a month. Do you like French onion soup?
Sure. Yeah.
I made it up yesterday. I made French bread. Oh, you can't have my bread. We could make it with yours, though. Anyway, and I've got the cheese that you melt on everything.
Yes.
Back if you want, I can make up some bowls under the broiler is bubbly and hot and beautiful for you.
Yes, except prime time is a bad time to do this. Could we do it tomorrow in the midday?
Sure.
Okay, because I'm sorry, it's just like no notice is very bad for me. Okay, so that how about noon? What's your day like tomorrow?
Tomorrow, I'm just going to be working on projects in the house. I got a mailing out today. I'm so pleased. It took forever. I had lots of glitches. So tomorrow, I'm working on some garden stuff in the house. I'm not going anywhere.
Okay, so between 10:30 and 12, I'll come see you whatever time I wake up, if that's all right.
Sure.
And we'll do it. We'll do it all tomorrow because tonight's kind of bad. But okay.
Works for me. I'll see you tomorrow.
Okay, I love you. Thank you. Have a good evening. I'll see you tomorrow.
You too. Okay, bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye.
Light bless you. These great beasts know paths that you can't find on foot. They'll get you there fast and maybe show you something new at the same time. Where is it you would like to go, lass? For just a few coin, my griffins can get ye there faster than even the swiftest horse.
Compress. What's this now? What now? Huh?
These great beasts know paths that you can't find on foot. They'll get you there fast and maybe show you something new at the same time.
Darkshire.
This is perfect, adventurer. The first step is complete. According to Cog's blueprint, what I need now is a way to reflect light. I remember a woman by the name of Mary who became well known around these parts for always carrying a looking glass. Perhaps you can track Mary down and see if she might lend us a reflective surface for this project. I believe she once resided in southern Duskwood.
I hope you give me more than that. I need more than that. I need another 9K, and you're gonna, like, I don't know. That's not gonna be it, is it? It's not. It's gonna be 6K. I'll be like right there or something. It'll be so annoying. Maybe I'll ding. Maybe one of them's a good quest. I don't know. I don't want to hear the laser beams anymore. It's annoying. There.
Breaking windows with skateboards, at least one spray painting graffiti, another audibly shouting. And so at some point, someone tosses a firework into the car, which I have to say, you know, I'm against breaking the law, but a pretty cool looking crime. If the cops find you, I don't think you can use that as part of your defense. But you know, it created this show on social media until the fire department showed up and doused it with fire. Doused the fire. Yes, they doused it with more fire, Phil, you genius. They put out the fire. These weren't firefighters from Fahrenheit 451. But ultimately, you know, now we have the police investigating and no arrests have been reported so far. And as far as if this was supposed to be something bigger, if there was a motive, that is unclear. But notably, you did.
The people of Darkshire thank you, adventurer. You have proven yourself to be a great ally of the Night Watch. The situation in Ravenhill is still grim. The safety of Darkshire is in your hands, adventurer. I don't have enough watchers to keep the town safe. We need you to dispatch for Ravenhill yet again and rid the Eastern Mausoleum of 20 plague spreaders.
Good, you got the rot blossoms. And I'll tell Althea Ebenlock of the Night Watch that you were killing skeletons. Keeping the people of Darkshire safe is a grim burden for the Night Watch, and news that others are helping stem the tide of fiends in Duskwood is welcome news indeed. Here's your zombie juice. And be careful with this stuff. It's strong enough to raise the dead. Very nice work, adventurer. Enjoy the delicacy known as seasoned wolf kebab.
Oh, 1 bar isn't bad. Oh, I have another one there. Juice delivery. And I'm done. That's good. Alright, we're done with Darkshire. I've noticed that WoW is a lot easier for me to do when I'm a happy person.
did have a Waymo spokesperson telling Reuters this was a one-off event. Though it is understandable why some would go, is this part of a bigger thing? Right? Because San Francisco has absolutely become America's top hotspot for anti-driverless car protests. With, for example, last year, an anonymous activist group called Safe Street Rebel grabbing headlines for their so-called coning stunts, with them darting out into the road, simply placing an orange traffic cone on the car's hood and then running away, with dozens of videos showing them the car completely immobilized until someone comes and removes the cone. You also have more common stuff like random people stopping the cars, jumping on them, or trying to get inside. And all of the activity really flared up last August when California regulators voted to let Waymo and Cruise run their vehicles at all hours of the day. Though notably, Cruise was almost immediately forced to cut its fleet in half after a string of accidents and traffic jams. And then in October, the company had to pull all its vehicles off the road because the state suspended its permits. Right in that, after a woman who was hit by a regular car got thrown in front of a self-driving car, with her then dragging her 20 feet and pinning her on the ground. And even last week, there was an incident where a Waymo car collided with a cyclist, causing minor injuries. And that's also kind of like one of the most high-profile cases. There are also things like them running red lights, blocking crosswalks and bike paths, getting stuck in newly poured concrete, and hitting and killing a dog. Also, fire and police officials have counted dozens of times where robo-taxis got in the way of rescue operations, them doing things like refusing to move for first responders, driving through yellow tape, blocking firehouse driveways, and running over fire hoses. Though this, as the companies argue in their defense, that, these incidents, while they did happen and they are sensational, they're rare and often unavoidable, and saying that their self-driving cars are actually safer than regular human-controlled vehicles, right? Essentially having the argument that humans every day do far worse at a higher rate. And it very much appears right now that we're just going to see more of this, because Waymo has now expanded its robo-taxi service to Phoenix, and it's aiming for Los Angeles and Austin next. And then, do you feel like in the last year or two, like violent crime's just been increasing? Like it's everywhere. And well, the thing with that is you're actually wrong. So you're not in the minority. In a recent Gallup poll, 3/4 of Americans believed that violent crime had increased over the past year. 63% saying there was either a very or extremely serious crime problem, which that's the highest in the poll's history going back to the year 2000. But according to FBI data, by the third quarter of last year, violent crime actually dropped 8% across the country compared to the same time a year before, which is wild, not only because it's so different than what a number of people feel, but because that is the sharpest drop we've seen since the 1990s, with property crime also falling over 6% to what would be the lowest level since 1961. And all this after in 2022, violent crime falling back
there's
to
cameras
pre-pandemic
everywhere.
levels. Because as you might remember, yes, during the pandemic, crime soared. So what a lot of us are feeling might just be lingering from that. Because during that time, overall violent crime spiked 5%, and murders in particular exploded by nearly 30%. With all of that bringing us to the question of, okay, well, if we went back to pre-pandemic levels in 2022, why did we see even more of a drop in 2023? Looking into it, it's actually hard to pin on any single factor. Right? You have experts pointing to a generally improving economy, people returning to their pre-pandemic way of life, a range of new local policies. And interestingly, some people have found it surprising that in some places, violent crime has gone down even as the number of police officers has as well. Like in Minneapolis, for example, where the number of active cops has fallen from 900 in 2019 to just 560 now, with more resources there being devoted to non-traditional policing methods instead. Though you have people debating whether that crime drop there happened because of that or despite that. But then still, there's the other question of, well, why do people feel like crime is going up? And again, there's a number of likely factors people debate. And of course, media plays a big role in shaping perceptions of crime, which is, I think, why it's important to, care about the news, but also understand that most news is like dog hit by car, not dog successfully crosses the street. And that when egregious stories pop up, it's important to think, okay, is this going to be kind of more of a zebra, or are these horses? Or maybe a better way to think of it is like, is the reason this is being reported on because it is so egregious and out there, or is it because it is part of a growing trend? And I'm not saying it's always one way or the other, it's just something you need to keep in mind when consuming news. Also, you have some guessing and arguing that when people see more homelessness, right, which has risen sharply in recent years, they feel like their neighborhood is generally getting worse, and they conflate that with crime. But then also, a really big factor seems to be partisan politics, right? Because going back to that Gallup poll I mentioned at the top, I found a very big gap, finding that 92% of Republicans, 78% of independents, and 58% of Democrats believe crime is rising. And then again, a number of these things are interconnected, right? Specific kinds of news coverage and all all that. Though I do want to mention this story with the mention of a violent crime. Tomorrow, we're going to be talking about the Houston megachurch shooting. As I'm finishing up today's show, more and more information's coming out. I want to make sure in covering it, I'm not giving you some like half-baked thing, and then it turns out there's other information that goes against that, or there's more detail. So know that we have eyes on it. We will be talking about it, but it's a timing thing. And then finally, we have yesterday today. We take a dive into the comments on the last video and see what y'all had to say. And there, one of the most liked comments was, being uncomfortable about the Jenna Ortega movie relationship is the whole point. And Cat replying, it's like that tweet, people treat women in their 20s like children. It's a damn movie, for fuck's sake. And Hopeless Romantic responding, I feel it's insane how many people seem to think that anything shown in media is an immediate and firm 100% approval of said thing. They don't bother to think about the message or the relevancy to the real world. They see it and waggle their finger as if announcing something you don't approve of is more important than context. And, you know, there, I've seen a lot of interesting debate play out. In comments like the last one I just mentioned. People saying, you know, a TV show or a movie about said thing isn't going, hey, this is what always happens. Or, hey, this is us co-signing this. A story can just exist. So then on the other side, you're gonna have people saying, you know, what we consume in the media, it is important. One of the stories and situations that comes to mind is, you know, that real world couple that got called the real world Gone Girl situation. You know, you just look at how that couple got completely slandered and went through this nightmare story. Then, you know, in that debate, you have people saying, you know, there has to be some personal responsibility. It's not the creators of that book or that movie that are responsible for detectives being lazy, like, hey, it looks like what happened in that one movie. But with all that, again, I still have not seen this movie that everyone is debating about. And for me, it's just been very interesting to see everyone debating about this online. Also, got to address this comment. Trevor the Batman said, calling it a sex video in the title instead of just sex scene is some top tier clickbait. And Yippee to Snoop saying, I know, right? I was Googling a bunch of stuff just catching viruses. So I just want to say, when we put out this title, I did not think that it was clickbait. It is a sex scene, but the title was referencing how this video on X was blowing up. And so, well, technically, I think that title is accurate. I also see your point in how it could be seen as clickbait, and even if it's only seen that way by like 10 to 15%, this may be a little bit too inside baseball. It's actually in my best interest to stay away from things that would be seen as like clickbait from any percentage of people, because it actually hurts us in trying to get recommended to that person again in the future. Title is changed. I was jump scared myself. So one, thank you for sharing your opinion, even though it wasn't, you know, someone just patting me on the back. And two, it's just another small reminder of why I like having a conversation with you in addition to putting out the show. I think it helps me grow and evolve, which, on that note, Silver Screen Fiend said, one of the best parts about being a long-term PDS fan is getting to enjoy the growth that's taken him from lovely lady of the day to a 10-minute deep dive into gentle parenting. Yeah, I mean, you know, when you're not growing, you're dying. But that is where your daily dive into the news is going to end today. But as always, you beautiful bastards, do not worry, because my name's Philip DeFranco. You've just been filled in. I love yo faces, and I'll see you tomorrow.
You on my mind a lot. Don't need no time watch. I don't know how I got you in my pocket spot. Yeah, that's babe, need you every day. You like my oxygen.
In this video, we're doing a deep dive into eggs, which are one of the most unique ingredients on the
Here's Josh Strife Hayes on why we shouldn't follow trends.
If I want to stream, do I stream games that I'm passionate about or follow the trends? The streaming is more for fun than trying to go for money. Do whatever you want to do then. Do whatever you want to do. So it's a knife edge, it's a weird graph. If you want to stream video games, you have to find a way to provide value to the audience. That's what you need to do. No matter what game you use, no matter how you stream, provide value to the audience. If you want to stream an extremely popular game, let's use an example of, Pal World or Apex Legends or something like that, you are going to be competing with a huge number of other streamers, which means if someone divides kind of searches by just the game, they will not...
See, I wanted to go compete with people on my level, which was 3 games at once, or 2 games at once, I don't care what game it is. I just want to play 3 games at once, because frankly, I don't have the focus for just one anymore. I broke my brain when I started dual boxing, and I'm just like, yeah.
1,000 thanks, adventurer. You warm an old man's heart with your with your kindness. Here you are, friend. Take this as a token of my gratitude. I live so far from the protection of town, it's a wonder the ghouls and the walking dead haven't eaten me. In fact, just yesterday, a pack of bone chewers was pounding on the walls of my house. I want to make an effigy, a kind of scarecrow for ghouls. To do that, I need some ghoul ribs. You can get them from flesh eaters, bone chewers, brain eaters, rotted ones, and plague spreaders. Get the ribs for me and I will repay you with some coin.
Oh, 20 plague spreader. There, that one. Oh, yeah, it's plague spreaders. Okay. They want me to kill more skellies, of course. Well, okay, fine. There's plague spreaders. Yeah, that's good. Cool. Plague spreader. I like this guy. Get some plague spreaders. Oh, all good. Dunurkabap is such a weird fucking name.
Do I stream games that I'm passionate about or follow the trends? The streaming is more for fun than trying to go for money. Do whatever you want to do then. Do whatever you want to do. So it's a knife edge, it's a weird graph. If you want to stream video games, you have to find a way to provide value to the audience. That's what you need to do. No matter what game you use, no matter how you stream, provide value to the audience. If you want to stream an extremely popular game, let's use an example of, Pal World or Apex Legends or something like that.
I dinged.
You are going to be competing with a huge number of other streamers, which means if someone divides or kind of searches by just the game, they will not find you. They are more likely to search by the game, without a doubt, because it's a more popular game, but you are less likely to be seen. You're a small fish in a big pond. Let's say instead you stream a 22-year-old RPG. Let's take Morrowind as an example. There are not that many people streaming Morrowind right now, but equally, there are not that many people searching for Morrowind streams, which means while you are more likely to be found by whoever searches for it, the number of people searching for it are just lower. Ultimately, if someone finds you, they will stay because you entertain them.
Yep.
They will stay because you engage with them and you provide something a stream cannot provide. If you want to do it for fun, you have to understand that when you sit down to play a video game, normally 100% of your focus is on that game. If you sit down to stream, you have to find a way to split your focus between the game and the audience. And if you split it 50-50, both of them end up being bad. You aren't paying enough attention to the game to beat the game, and you aren't paying enough attention to the audience to entertain the audience. So you've got to find a way to play a game in such a way that you don't need to pay too much attention to it, but still have some level of skilled gameplay, while you're paying enough attention to the audience to entertain them. For example, I've just ran completely the wrong way on the map, because I'm spamming jump and trying to respond to your content. That's why so many people say to me, oh my god, I can't believe I watched this streamer play the game and they were so bad. They would probably be quite good if they only had to worry about the game.
Later
I mean,
on...
if you want me to...
Yep. Later on, when I'm like 64, I'll be glad I did.
Just play Morrowind? I can just play Morrowind, that's fine. I'll be way better at it, but I would be feeling guilty constantly about the fact of not entertaining.
I will listen out, but make it quick.
See, I read that quickly. It's a mini quest about them wanting to kiss you, and if you do, I'm pretty sure you get paralyzed. But I didn't make any content out of it. I decided not to. And that's a boring way of being. Is there such a thing as being bad at games in a skillful manner? Yeah, without a doubt. Definitely. But that doesn't mean that you don't need to have fun while playing them. The skill is to make it look like you're not putting any effort in, when in reality, you are. Like, if you see someone gracefully swimming across the surface of a lake, what you don't see is the fact that their little legs are going, 20 to the dozen, under the water, trying to make it look like they're not working at all. Make things look effortless. And someone who understands how much effort these things take will look at you and go, God damn, you're making that look effortless. Sometimes I can't think of anything to say, so I focus on the game. Sometimes I can think of a lot to say, so I focus on you guys and chatting and having fun. Ultimately, if I'm not having fun with the game, I'll just stop playing it. You can't make it feel forced. It's one of those horrible things where I've got so many friends and relatives who say to me, oh, my son, my daughter, my cousin, my niece, my nephew.
Where would you like to go?
I'd like to go to Balmoral, please. Is it Balmoral we're going to? Yes. And then Mage's Guild.
Why walk when you can run?
So many people say to me, oh, my son, daughter, cousin, whatever, wants to be a YouTuber, wants to be a Twitch streamer, can you talk to them? Can you give them some advice? And I see so many people, and when they say they want to be a YouTuber or a Twitch streamer, what they mean is they like playing video games. How can they make money doing that? And that's like saying, I like watching films, therefore how can I be an actor? Okay, it's a good place to start. You know what? It's a good place to start.
I've
love
heard a
watching
lot about
films.
you, Outlander. Go ahead.
That's why I wanted to be an actor. But what I realised was that just watching films isn't enough to be in films. You then need to go and train at your craft, learn how to do it, that kind of stuff. If playing video games is fun for you, that's great. Watching films is fun for some people. It's like watching football on TV and saying, oh my god, I want to be a footballer, how do I have to do it? Well, ironically, you won't be watching anywhere near as much football if you want to do it. You then need to go and train to be an actor, train to be an editor, learn to be a graphic designer, learn to be a researcher, learn to manage your own time, do all your own taxes, that kind of stuff. There's a hell of a lot of work behind it. Most people do want to receive instant success by going viral. I mean, the amount of companies that approach me. I know that I go off on...
I don't want instant success. That sounds like a nightmare to me. I want to earn it slowly over 10 years. I'd be okay if it takes 5 years to even get 10 people in the fucking foot in the door before it gets any better, but I don't want instant success. I don't want it overnight. I don't want people obsessed with me. I don't want people attacking me. I don't want it. I don't want that kind of fucking problems. You know? I guess I'll take this load back because it's a lot. Yeah. And yeah, we'll cease here in a minute. Yep. Nice. And now we're gonna stop and we're gonna go take it out. Yeah, we're gonna compress. Stuff this full. And we're gonna take it home, Doc.
Warp drive active.
Okay, so...
Docking request accepted.
Ah, thanks. These will do just the trick. A few weeks ago, I was picking herbs far from my house, and a band of ogres attacked me. I ran, and I was forced to leave behind a crate of precious tools and herbs. After they chased me off, the ogres swaggered back to the ogre mound in southern Duskwood. I'm sure my crate is somewhere near the mound. Please, adventurer, retrieve this crate for me, for I miss it sorely.
I wish to explore that western river and see if fishing spots pop, northern and western river. And I'll kill wolves. Yeah. Low-level wolves that'll drop, like, Venerable's, like, skin. It don't take long to kill and don't pressure me too much. Oh, gotta check, yep. Doing good there. Let's compress. Nice. Yeah,
the
this
asteroid
person
is
dropping
depleted.
off. Drop off and undock and, yes, whoa. Yeah, lean wool flank will sell and light leather and all that stuff. Light leather times 2, yeah, and like I'll sell stacks of leather and stuff, and I have some gold waiting probably, but I need to train flight form. Because coming up, it's like, yeah. Yep, and this light leather, this will pay for, yep, and I'll keep an eye open for fishing pools and stuff. I don't know if they even spawn on the river. I don't think they do, but, I mean, I'm gonna look, you know? I'm just gonna watch. Stackages. There we go. Okay.
Tangents a lot, but I tend to talk when I'm doing these streams a lot. If you want to stream for you, just download a really basic streaming software, Stream for You. Super easy, don't expect too much. You might get 1 viewers, you might get 2 viewers, but you will realise the moment you start to try and entertain those viewers, instead of playing the game, you don't make anywhere near as much progress on the game. And you lose it as well. You lose the skill and the energy that you put into the game.
Yep, you lose it. Yep, you're like, oh, I do this for a job, and, I have to feel like I'm doing it well enough where I keep it like going and entertaining all the time. There's always something going on the screen, you know. And I try to entertain when the cues are there or when the chances are there to do it. I'm gonna get 15 silver off that. That's good. That'll help me pay for. Yeah, if I hang out in Wolfville here and just kill wolves and skin wolves that other people are killing, yep, I'll do great.